and we're looking at dealing with skeletons in your fiance's closet. So, I mean, in a perfect relationship, in a utopia, in a perfect world, you wouldn't keep any secrets from your partner. And so you wouldn't expect your partner to keep any secrets from you. But in the real world, even the healthiest couples hide things from each other. So picture this. You've sent out your wedding invitations. People have RSVP'd. You're looking forward to tying the nuptial knot with the love of your life, only to find out just before your wedding that he or she has been hiding something important from you, something you think you deserved to have known earlier. What would you do? Dealing with skeletons in your fiance's closet, that's what we're looking at on Heartbeat today. And my guests are Selena Colette, sitting on the far left. She's a model, obviously, and then there's also Emmanuel Eduse, who's a footballer. Well, hello, lady and gentleman, model and footballer. But actually, it's a nice combination. You are the two that actually get married very often, because footballers' wives are usually models.
Yes, true.
So
that's true, though.
Can we look at, you know, something after the program?
Yeah,
we can. I'm going to read something I saw on the internet to you. Okay. I mean, I'm astute enough to know that not everything uploaded onto the net is worth its salt, but we'll just take it as it is. So there's a recent research that shows that 1 in 5 people are keeping a major secret, such as infidelity or money troubles, from their spouse. Surprisingly, a quarter of respondents in that study I'm talking about said they kept the secret for more than 25 years. That's to say that, wow, yes, before they got married, they had the secret with them. They just didn't divulge. So some of the common secrets reported include money troubles, pornography, various forms of betrayal, such as infidelity. And so we're going to premise our discussion on these. Okay. All right. So you're welcome again.
Thank you.
So why do people keep secrets? Everyone has some dirty laundry. Why do people keep secrets? Selena, are you married?
No, I'm not.
Are you committed? Are you looking at the ultimate marriage?
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
Good. Why would you keep a secret from him? It's a him, I suppose.
Yes.
Not a her. Okay.
Some secrets are, maybe your partner is very trivial and petty. So sometimes you only have to just keep that secret from him being petty.
Yeah.
You understand? Some of your partners, or my partner, may be like that person that gets angry, or that person that is really sober. So if he's sober, sometimes when you tell him the secret, he'll be okay with it. But there are some partners that are really, really angered when you tell them something little. You know, their reaction alone will be so bad. So sometimes you need to just keep that for a while before you bring it out. And me, on that day, like the day before my marriage, and you tell me something,
or maybe earlier,
but
at least you've sent out wedding invitations.
You know?
No. Here's the thing: you've sent out wedding invitations. People have RSVP'd the attendance. Your guests will show up.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily a day to the wedding. So there's some room to make a decision.
You know. Yes. With me, I would actually think about my happiness first, based on the secret. You understand?
Yes.
If I'm going to be very happy if I get married and he has disclosed the secret, if I'm going to get like really happy, I'll be very happy about it, and I'll go on with the marriage, because my happiness is really important, and our happiness is very important as well. So based on the secret, I would either
so we'll talk about the nature of the secret in a bit. But Emmanuel, you're a man. Are men more secretive than women?
That one I can't really tell, because it's subjective.
Are you seeing someone? You obviously are not married, unless you just took off your wedding band. No, you're not. Are you committed? Are you looking at the ultimate?
Yeah, I'm really looking at the ultimate.
So there is someone. Is there something you're hiding? Why did I even ask this question? You wouldn't say anyway. What are the common secrets men hide from their women?
I can't generally speak for everybody.
Speak for yourself.
No, not for myself.
All right, speak for yourself.
I wouldn't want to share my personal stories out here.
Why are you here then? We want some experience.
Okay. First of all, men generally tend to hide the true financial status, and then secondly, they might have like committal issues. Like there could be a man who is not really fully ready to commit, but he may not be willing to come out with it and say, okay, maybe I'm not ready, and he just wants to have fun, play along the line. So these are some of the basic things and there could be medical issues. Maybe they've done things in the past as pertaining to their previous relationships, and they
Like an abortion.
yeah straight
Okay.
and think that they could very much unlikely that they could have kids and all that, but as a man that's what keeps you, so they might not be willing to share that out, like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't really have a child.
Okay, we're going to be opening the phone lines on this one, so shortly you'll see the lines scrolling on your screen. But Selena, what are the secrets women often keep from their men?
Some are birth problems, like maybe their wombs are not really fertilized.
Would you tell your man
Yeah.
the number of abortions you've had? Note, I'm not even saying if you've ever had an abortion,
Yeah.
because I gather most girls before 25 have had quite a number. Would you tell your man the number of abortions you have? Would you be honest, or you just say, oh, I've had one?
And being honest is really important in a relationship.
Yeah.
And the person knowing the truth
Yeah.
would save you from embarrassment.
Yeah.
So I would straightforwardly tell him that, oh, I've had this abortion, or this is what I've done and this is what I've done. I'll just unleash the secret before we get married, because
Is honesty always the best policy? I mean, shouldn't there be some information I can keep to myself? Must
Yeah.
I of necessity tell you everything?
Yeah, that's right. Like, it's not everybody that needs to know that.
That needs to know exactly. Like what? Coming up, it would come from a man, obviously. I am not surprised.
You know, it's
I am
coming
not
from him,
surprised.
so yeah.
I feel like you guys are attacking me here, but the thing is,
Yeah,
if-
well, yeah, we are.
if I know the skeleton I'm keeping isn't gonna affect our current situation, I'm not gonna tell you.
So who's to tell what's important and what's petty and trivial? You see, who's to do that determination that, okay, I'm not going to tell him because this is petty and trivial, or no, I must tell him because this is important.
The thing is, you just need to draw the line between what is gonna affect us going forward or what is irrelevant. If it's irrelevant in our current situation, then there's no need in me.
sometimes it may be irrelevant to you, but will be relevant to
That's
the
my
lady.
point. It's a matter
You
of
understand?
opinion. It's
It's a
relative.
matter of opinion.
But the point is, let's just say I have a secret. Like when I was 17, I used to steal money from my mom, so I was a thief back at home. This particular thing is irrelevant in our
He
current.
got us there. That's yeah, he got us
You
there.
know?
It's
You know,
irrelevant now, even though it's a skeleton
Yeah.
because you're a thief.
Yeah,
You've
but
been a
you
thief
see,
before.
if you're the one you're romantically involved with is your true friend,
You know,
you will say
you
such
say
things,
things
you know,
with
without
ease,
expecting
you know.
their aim to be castigated.
Yes.
So I'm thinking that it also depends on the level of communication between the two.
That's
Some people
right.
will be romantically involved, but they are not necessarily friends.
You
I
know.
keep saying, if you can't fart before, like in front of your partner, then your communication
Yeah,
is strangled.
that's right.
That's a serious problem.
There's a
Yeah.
serious problem. That's true. You always have to like be free to do whatever you have to do. Farting isn't a problem, especially when you guys are really committed. You communicate to your friends. Farting isn't a big problem. You understand? So yeah, being friends, being so cool with each other is very, very important. You know.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
You find out just a couple of weeks to your wedding that your man, you know, when he was in the uni, for instance, was a chief occultist.
Wow.
You're a Christian, you're like me. God forbid, it's never going to happen to me. But you're a Christian, and then you find out just weeks to the wedding, your man was the Ogboro, the chief occultist.
Was
in
or
the,
is?
He was.
He
No,
was.
he was.
So he stopped.
So he stopped, but he never told you this.
Good.
Why did he omit this?
Omit
this
that.
this
This is
information?
really, really important.
What would you do?
This is really, really serious. You know.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Can I
Probability of him going back there again is 50-50. You understand? If you stop something, probability of you going back, it might be 50 or maybe 80. So I'll be really scared.
I know,
I'll be
I
very
would-
scared.
yeah, because-
like very, very scared. Or cultism. That's really big. I'll be very, very scared being with someone like that. Being married to the person.
And if the tables are turned on you, Emmanuel, I know that footballers usually have a lot of secrets, but you found out that your woman, once upon a time, engaged in prostitution. Once upon a time.
Okay, good.
What would be your reaction?
My whole idea is maybe it's just a matter of understanding the concept of love. If I love you, some of these things will still remain irrelevant today, because no matter the propensity or the magnitude of controversy is likely to generate now, if I love you, my love for you will far outweigh
You find out that your fiancé,
yeah,
in her days of prostitution,
yeah,
apparently slept with a circle of your friends. Your love would outweigh this.
But
You must have the like biggest heart ever.
The thing is, the very minute we have the very minute we sit out here to talk about some of these things, what we personally want to speak about is a no, because like we are supposed to say
it's a yes. Speak about it.
Okay, we are supposed to talk about what is right, because you bring in the matter of marriage, then it becomes, marriage is an institution ordained by God.
You are not married yet.
You're not married yet.
You are about to go to the altar. You're not married
I'm
yet.
about to go to the altar. So there obviously has been some level of commitment in the sense that I've made promises to you in the sense that like I'm going to marry you. So the very minute I've done this,
but you were ignorant about certain details, about the person. You had no idea. Some things I think are important, and she just kept you in the dark.
Can I ask you both? Can I ask you both?
No, you can't ask me a question. You can ask her a question.
The thing is, how does your past affect our current situation? That's what I want to know. Your prostituting past affect our current situation.
Okay, maybe you didn't ask me, but I can answer. If in the event of prostitution and prostituting, she had to undergo some abortions, it actually may affect your future with her.
You're not.
It wouldn't matter,
so
because even if she can't put to birth, biologically you can adopt. It wouldn't matter to you. You are the sweetest man ever.
No, it's not even about that.
You have the biggest heart in the world.
The thing is, if we are going to get married, then it means we've done some level of medical checks and all that. So
that's not necessarily always the case.
No,
it isn't. But you make a good point. Perhaps we should look at that.
Because
you make a good point.
You are saying we sent out invites and all that. So it means clearly we've gone through the premarital.
You've gone through counseling, obviously, but I don't know about medical checks and all. Like, I don't know about that.
It's a part of it. So you've done that. So I don't think.
Have you done that? Have you? I didn't know it's a part of it. Have you?
I feel like
such drastic steps.
You feel like
during counseling you go through some of these things. So if you've gone through that, and it's not like
between men and women, who are more forgiving and more compassionate?
I'd say men.
I'd say women.
I would say women, because
women are usually at the receiving end.
Yes, and they're always very emotional. When they are loving, they love like wholeheartedly.
Yes, like regardless. But this is my friend Sunitha is Indian, and she was telling me something about another friend who found out about 5 years after marriage that her husband was bisexual.
Whoa.
So let's retrace this. You find out that your man actually is gay. He's bisexual, so he does both men and women. This is a few weeks to your wedding. Your reaction?
To be frank with you, being bisexual is one of the most disgusting things. I'm not going to be judgmental, but to me, seriously, I won't go on with the marriage.
Would you, if you found out that she was bisexual?
No, I wouldn't.
You won't go on with it, even the biggest of hearts?
Because I'll have my reasons. Because simply because, look, even the Bible clearly states that the only time you can break up, divorce or break up with somebody is when they commit fornication.
There's some infidelity somewhere.
And when you're doing the opposite sex.
That's just hard to imagine. Like you go and do the back, and then you come and do.
In Sodom and Gomorrah, that was happening.
Yeah, that's how Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed.
That's pretty much like serious.
So at least we all agree that that's a no. I'm not.
It's a no.
Okay, how about porn? Your man addicted to porn. You didn't know. You find out later. You see stacks of of pornographic CDs. In his room. My doctor says he will watch with you. No, nobody's going to watch a porn with me. What would you do? Pornography. He's addicted.
Pornography is not like.
No, sorry, it's not what.
It's not good, but he can stop.
But it's a lesser evil.
It's a lesser evil,
Oh, I can't believe this. I see. And you.
Yeah, something that can actually be
because men.
Yeah, you can work on that. So
yeah, I know. Like you can get the person to stop it. So it's not really that huge.
All right, so how about, I'm glad I keep getting ideas from up there in the control room. And then my director also says, how about sex toys? You find that, no, actually, no, that's a big deal. You find, so obviously the person really masturbates. That's serious.
Yeah, that's
you find that the
serious,
person
like,
uses
it's
sex
not good.
toys.
It's
yeah,
not
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah, and masturbates very often. What
No.
would you do?
I don't
How
like
does that differ from the pornography we're talking about? You are willing to let go of pornography because you consider it a lesser evil. How about,
because with pornography, when you watch it, you do it. But masturbation, you can be there, you have the toy, or you just touch yourself. It's more or less like your psychological mind. You sit down alone and you want to do something. Pornography is also like that, but with porno, it involves TV.
she is like so experienced. Let's talk to us.
You know.
Let's talk to Osman from WA. Hello, Osman.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Osman.
Yes, I think the program is exciting. But to me, I only think I partner with my partner that's why is so let's go.
I'm sorry, Osman. The network is quite patchy. I can't quite clearly hear you. Could you take that again, if possible? Hello, Osman. All right, so we lost him there. I'm sure we'll work on the phone line so you can keep your calls coming in. So, masturbating with sex toys, that's a no-no for you?
Yeah, that's a no-no. It's a no-no.
Well, how about he's going to indulge you in the event that you get married? Isn't that also a possibility? He's going to, as married people, and I don't speak this time as a Christian because I'm not too sure what I'm saying here, but would it be wrong if he indulged you when you got married?
Yeah, it would be very,
in that act,
getting me into it.
yes, into toys as well.
Sometimes you might like it also. This one is serious.
Okay, no, I get you, but Emmanuel, how about you? You find that the woman you love, you find she has huge dildos and stacked up somewhere.
Like,
Let me take this call. Hello, Richard from Alajo. Hello, Richard. Yes, Richard. Good morning. Hi, Richard. I'm great, thanks. How are you? Oh boy. Okay, we're still having challenges with the lines. I think the network is just a bit patchy. All right, so I'll come back to you, Emmanuel. Richard, you can try again.
so the very minute I'm married, then I'm supposed to go by godly principles. So
No, wait,
but this is before marriage,
before.
This is
You're not
before
getting-
marriage.
You're not getting off easily. I'm saying that before
Okay.
you find that she has tons and tons of huge giant dildos.
Giants. Doesn't mean yours can work just like it is.
Yeah, I mean,
know,
wouldn't you wonder if the whole time when you get married and you're making love, if the whole time he's going to be picturing someone else, especially in the
that's
case of
really
porn.
painful.
And I'm surprised you actually let porn go like that, because in the event you're married, it's very possible, that it will keep occurring to you that as he's like doing you.
but
What kind of
he's
language am I
imagining
using this
something
morning? Yeah,
else.
he's imagining someone else. That should be worrying.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
though.
emotional cheating.
You know,
I mean,
When the person
that's
doesn't
bad
know
enough for
anything
men
and
because
back-
for a man, it could heavily weigh on you, like
Yeah.
just to have the image of your woman
I
thinking
know.
about somebody else.
Yeah. All right. Back to Osman again from WA. Could you please turn down the volume of your TV set a notch, Osman? Yes, let's hear you.
Hello.
Hello, Osman. Terrific. I can hear you.
Yes, I'm saying that there's no big deal in letting go the plastic, so let's not do that. I mean, come on. There's a saying that the devil you know is bigger than any devil. So if my fiancé was a prostitute, come on. Some of the girls nowadays live around with so many men, that's the prostitute. So I think let Bible be Bible. Let the past go, focus on the future. What does the past do? It's not really big deal.
All right. Thank you, Osman. I think I got what you meant. But I need to say this. the devil you know is never better than the angel you don't know.
Yes.
A devil remains
Exactly.
a devil whether or not you know him, and an angel remains an angel whether or not you know him.
Exactly.
This is you should precondition your mind. That thing you said is not true. A devil is always a devil. An angel is always an angel.
Thank you.
But then again,
Thank you.
love in its truest sense is not based on you finding a perfect person, but how you can love the imperfect person perfectly.
That's so profound. That's like, did you
And
did
touch
you
him,
just,
you know,
yes,
you just
you
think
actually
about
just
it.
count me down
Oh
like that.
my
Like,
goodness.
no, say that again.
I was saying that love in its truest sense.
Did you read this from somewhere?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Okay,
Times
say
you
it
around.
heard
again.
it.
I will type it. Say it again.
Love in its truest sense.
Yes.
It's not about finding the perfect person or loving the perfect person, but how you can love the imperfect person perfectly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
That's touching.
but how do you deal with betrayal?
You know.
You see, because there's a point of mistrust,
Yeah.
and that could badly affect, if you do decide to get married, that could
Yeah.
badly affect you. So let's get a bit more serious now.
Yeah.
How do you deal with betrayal? Assuming you decide, okay, I'm going to let it go anyway, I'm going to get married to him, but how do you deal with it so it doesn't keep cropping up
You
in the
know,
event that you get
That's
married?
where the happiness comes in. Because if you're able to forgive him and everything, would you be happy based on your answer to him? Maybe, okay, I have agreed, you did this, you did that, you're sorry and everything, you won't do that again. That's fine.
I'll come back to the issue of infidelity, especially
Yes.
with the opposites.
Yeah.
With his same sex.
Okay.
Where he's now divulged that once upon a time he did men. He was bisexual. In the event that you let it go, you sweep it under the carpet and say, yes, I'm compassionate, I'm loving, I'll let it go. In the event that you get married, aren't you going to get worried when you see him around his male friends? It's going to keep creeping up. Every now and
sometimes,
then.
yeah, you have to just keep watching like closely. Sometimes you have to just keep watching closely based on what you know about him in the past. Sometimes too, he might have stopped based on his realness, telling you the truth about he being bisexual and everything. So basically, when you guys get married, probability that he's not going to do that again is high because he told you the truth, and that means he's regretting what he did before, and he's not going to do it again.
Over a new leaf. Okay, but you must seek some sort of counseling, by all means.
By all means.
By all means.
Definitely.
How would you handle betrayal?
Well, I think
Let me give you a scenario, a beautiful scenario.
Okay, good.
She has a kid she didn't tell you about. She has 2 kids with 2 different men she didn't tell you about. Let me make it even tighter for you.
wow.
Uh-huh.
But so in spite of
Are you still
all-
going to rant that your
Wait,
big
wait,
heart that
thing,
thing, big heart,
big heart
and,
thing.
No, wait,
love and
the
its
thing
truest
is, the
end?
thing is, if we are married, then I think I need to talk to her.
Before you get married, you find out that she has 2 kids from 2 different relationships with 2 different men she didn't tell you about, and you decide, okay, the big heart you are,
Yeah.
you're going to let it go. How do you deal with that betrayal?
Wow, that's hard. But then again, I mean, love should lead. Love should endure all things. Love shouldn't. I mean, love is beautiful. So if I love you, the very minute I love you, I mean, I don't think this is really gonna be that much of a situation.
What if you're
And-
not financially sound enough to take care of 2 kids?
Oh, that's another. Yes, that's another angle. Yes, that's
You know?
another angle. He nods.
You know
Now
it.
you just know.
but I mean, honestly, I don't think that should even come in.
That's
like
another
this.
issue. That's another thing
Yeah.
men lie about a lot.
They lie about
you
that
know,
a
because
lot.
we have to wrap up now, but I know someone who thought she was marrying, a guy who's just about well to do, but after 5, that's about, hers is about 2 years of marriage. She finds that the cars he drove to her house the whole time before they got married were rented or they belonged to friends. That would be a
bad.
no-no for you.
It's preposterous, it's really, really bad.
Yeah.
It could also mean that the girl actually triggered him coming.
That's an
approaching him.
unfair. That's an
Approaching
unfair
him.
comment.
Because why would I
that's
even
an
see a
unfair
girl
comment.
and had to fake my whole character like
That's
yeah,
an
I'm
unfair
rich and
comment.
all
Perhaps
that.
perhaps
It
we'll
means
do a part 2 of this.
Yeah, the
Perhaps.
girl likes that. So
All right,
that's
thank you.
actually-
Thank you so much. Selena Colete is a model and Emmanuel Eduse is a footballer. I think they both, would make a very nice couple. We'll look at that after, the camera stop rolling. But we've been discussing dealing with skeletons in your fiancé's closet, especially when you sent out your wedding invitation emotions and you're ready to, you know, walk down the aisle with him. I think you should pray a lot. I think you should seek counseling. And if you think that that thing is going to keep, you know, cropping up, especially when you get married, you should exercise caution. You don't want to enter marriage before you decide, no, I really want to come out. You should take time to make a good decision. Think thoroughly about it and seek counseling. You by all means must seek counseling. Anyway, you're watching New Day. We'll be back.